So I'm going to first talk about, I'm going to first grab my girl, Danielle Rogers. Danielle has such a special story. And Danielle, if you're on, I would love you to just talk about, she's a brand new builder. And maybe Danielle, you can just give a little bit of your story and your perspective and kind of what the event told you to do, what it spoke to you.
Okay, hi Team Win. I'm so excited to be talking and sharing today. So like Jessica said, I am a new builder, but I am not brand new with my dream to build. I actually joined Isogenics almost a year ago. And I've been kind of doing this little cha-cha back and forth dance of like, I think I'm gonna do it. And then I get in my head and I take 2 steps back. And then I get that momentum again, like, okay, no, I'm gonna do it. And I step back. So I am a mother of 4 from high school to 1 year old. And I just had this burning feeling inside of me, like I need to get there so I can stop making excuses, because me, Janelle Rogers, by myself, I'm just gonna keep coming up with more things to say to talk myself out of this. And so I basically said to my husband, I think right before Christmas, I'm like, babe, I think I need to get there. And, you know, we really had to pull some strings to get me there. And I'm so thankful that I took that leap of faith, because I feel like, I mean, I was moved to tears multiple times hearing these success stories for everything that I thought this opportunity and company was. I really went in kind of neutral. Like, I'm just gonna go and see, like, do I fit in? Is this where I wanna grow? Do I see a future here? And I was so profoundly impacted, like it exceeded any expectation that I could have set of like, yes, these are my people. Yes, this is where I want to be. And anytime like that thought or feeling of like insecurity or staying in my comfort zone, I feel like going there just totally crushed that ability at all. Like, I'm so freaking excited. I've done more reach outs in the last 2 days than like months of like, and I feel like the way you posture yourself, like I feel like I've had an energy of insecurity, and now I'm like, listen, we need to talk because you don't want to miss what I just experienced. So I'm so thankful, and I'm super excited to be here and a part of Team Win.
Janelle, we are so glad that you took, it's a big deal to get to an event. It's a big deal. And just hearing that makes me want to remind people that celebration tickets are on sale now in Orlando. Get there. Don't miss an event. Literally, if you're ready to show up, grab your ticket now. Grab 2 so you can bring along a bestie or a good friend. So I loved that you were there. I loved having you next to me and just seeing your reaction and kind of living it through you. So that's another cool thing. Bring somebody and let them see it for themselves. Next up, I want to talk to Ann White. So a lot of you know Ann. She was on every leaderboard in that convention center, fastest growing business, top enroller, just a rock star on fire. Not her first event, but Ann, are you there? Can we grab you just for some feedback?
Absolutely. Hi, sweetie. Oh my gosh. How incredible was NYKO? It gets better every year, every year.
So Ann, I know that you had your best friend training on stage. You had Adrienne McGovern, who you pour so much into. We had so many great things, but what were the biggest takeaways that you really got out of it?
Love it. Well, first of all, let's give a huge shout out in the comments to our queen, my queen, Holly Kirsch and Adrienne McGovern. You guys, if you missed them, get on and watch the recording. Literally drop the mic. And we are all going to be on stage. Those guys paved the way for us. Let's watch them, celebrate them in the comments. I mean, seriously killing it. So I would be remiss if I did not share. Of course, you're going to watch Holly, so I don't need to share on that. But I have to say, I loved what Carlita, was it Carlita? What was her last name? Because I want everybody to know. Who is it?
Carlita Tohos.
Okay.
She's from Maui.
Okay.
She's been in the company.
Maui.
for years.
Oh, you guys, I love this. I wrote it down. I don't know about all you guys, but I feel like as we are bringing and helping others grow, I feel like you always hear Jessica, you know, we're not dragging people. And I put my hand up to that. But she shared a way that really will qualify people. And I thought, this is brilliant. And she said, you know, when you reach out to people and you're like, you know, are you interested in learning how to get your products paid for? Awesome. Yes. Guess what she does? And this is what we're setting up in our Team Win new website as well. She says, all right, here's a video. Set yourself up as an associate. Here's a video. Build a recommended cart. Here's the video. Send me share the link with me so I can look at it and make sure it's working. And once that happens, guys, you know they're serious. If you give it to them and you don't see anything, we're not dragging. I thought, oh my God. So how great is that? Everybody in the comments, give me a 1 if you think that is rock star. And that's what you're going to start doing. Yeah, because how much do we all get on and help, and we're helping and helping and helping, and then our builder or a new person doesn't do anything, and you're like, so this just gives an idea. If they're really ready to go, they're going to set themselves up. All right. So I love that. Guys, one thing and another thing that I am lacking on, and what is the first thing when somebody enrolls, what is the first thing on the main page that they see? Join up, sign up for the Isobody Challenge. Really the first full day, evening, and the next day, so much was about all the Isobody finalists. I thought it was genius. Guys, you know why? It's retention. When people sign up for the Isobody Challenge, they are in it for 4 months. Guys, who else is lacking? Their retention is not as great as they like it to be. Raise your hand. My retention for my team is definitely, they're not, you know, we're getting zeros. This helps people stay, they're keyed in, they're locked in. It's the community that keeps them. So the Isobody Challenge, to share it with people, I lack in that. So I really learned from that. And they really talk a lot about that. And I thought that was really interesting. So I'm joining it. And I'm going to really start sharing that with my new enrollers and have them sign themselves up and set themselves up for success. I love that. I wanted to also share, I have a builder on here that I know was at NYKO, or not at, but on virtually, which a lot of you were. And Rokson, I think that you're on the call. I peeked, oh, there you are. Would you mind unmuting and maybe sharing a quick, some takeaways as a new builder to help our team?
Well, one thing was I could definitely feel all the energy and excitement there. And the whole time I was sitting here watching it, I thought, God, I wish I was there. Then I thought, no, I chose not to, and I'm watching it virtually, and I had my notes. But the biggest thing that I took away was the same thing that you said about the elixirlaunch.com. And I went to that after I watched the video, and I saw, because Carlita said, see how important and committed somebody is, she makes them do the 4 points that you said. So that was really important. And then I also printed out the 30-day action plan that the panel referred to also, and I read through it again. And the main thing was I loved all the energy. I loved how they did the e-shot, you know, and the dancing and everything. I mean, I was practically dancing in my seat. So it was really, really, really fun. And I was very proud of Holly and Adrian. I mean, it just got me excited. I got all teary-eyed. So, but it was wonderful. The next time I definitely will be there.
Well, I know you bought your ticket for Celebrations, so
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
Yes.
So Jessica, those were really my big, I think, just inspired. Those are my big takeaways as well. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. Well, I love it. And so next I want to talk to Ashley DeChico. Ashley DeChico had an unbelievable year. She had a ton of team there. Ash, can you get on? I want to honor you, recognized on stage for a 6-figure earner. and just really just in massive action. So Ash, can you give a little bit of your sense on what it was like to be there after not having been at events in a long time and what your thoughts are?
Hey guys, how are you? Of course. Am I echoing or no?
No, you're good.
Okay. My service wasn't great, so I had my phone on too. But yeah, I'm still on a high from NYKO. And honestly, it's the first event that we've had from the company in 2 years. I mean, we've had smaller events more recently with our teams, but there's just truly nothing like seeing people in person and just having that face-to-face connection, putting faces to names. You know, we feel like we know people so well through the internet and we feel so connected with them, right, through social media, but it doesn't even compare to the connection that we make in person. So I'm so proud. First, I'm so proud of all of the new people that came to their first event. I know all of the things that need to be done in order to get to events. I mean, I think we all have excuses as to why it can be hard to get to events, right? There's lots of arrangements to be made. And, you know, some of us have spouses, some of us don't. Some of us have kids, some of us don't. Some of us are stay-at-home parents, some of us are working parents. The list goes on and on. But a little bit about my story, I started Isogenics in April and I ended up getting pregnant like right after I started. And I went to Celebration that first year in August. I was 4 months pregnant. I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I wasn't even sharing really, I wasn't building a business by any means. It was a huge expense for me to go. I had a lot of arrangements to make, but I committed to going. Like I committed to learning more about the company, the products. I knew I loved them. I loved the team. I loved the culture. And I wanted to learn more. And I know Jess said, you know, you need to make it to this event. And the one thing I've learned from being a part of this team and company is you have to be coachable. You know, a lot of these leaders have gone before us and they found success in what they did. When they tell you to do something, just listen, make it happen. If you want to see the same type of success and you have the same dreams and goals that you see other leaders accomplishing, if they tell you it's important to be at an event, you better believe I was going to be at that event. So went to the event 4 months pregnant. And then the following year at Celebration, I had a baby. He was 6 months old at that point. I was breastfeeding. I had a pump the whole time I was at Celebration. Any of you other mamas here have been through that. And it was hard. Like it was really, really hard. It was hard to leave him. And it was hard to go through that pumping the whole time I was there. But you know what? Again, I had every excuse not to be there, but I knew that I had to be there. So, you know, now I have 3 little ones, 8, 6, and 3, and it's still hard. It's still hard to get to events 4 years later, but I still continue to show up. And honestly, there's nothing like it. And I can genuinely, truly say that the reason why I am where I am now in my business and I've seen the success that I have is because I make all of the team calls. I mean, I can count on one hand how many team calls I have not been on. And it's hard. My kids have sports. My husband works late at night. It's not always easy for me to get on the calls, but it's time that I guard and it's in my planner, it's in my calendar, and there's nothing really that can come in the way of it. Same thing with events. It's hard to get there sometimes, but I know that in order to grow, not only my business, but as an individual, like I need to be there. So there's lots of benefits for going to in-person events that, you know, the list, it truly goes on and on. But I think most importantly, if you want people to take you seriously, if you want people to really believe that you have a business, you have to treat it like a business. So if you were in corporate America and you had a meeting to go to or a business trip to go on, would you just say you couldn't go because it was hard, you know, because you were had other things in the way? No, you'd make it happen. And so I think if you want Isogenics to become a business, you really have to treat it like a business. The more seriously you take it, then other people will take you more seriously. And so I think that that's really important. But, you know, you leave events, you feel like we say it all the time, 10 feet tall and bulletproof. And honestly, it's true. You're surrounded by people that just really speak so much belief into you. And whether you have belief in yourself yet or not, you can borrow theirs. And it's true that, you know, we really start to become like the people we spend our time with. You know, they say the 5 people you spend the most time with, that's who you're going to start to emulate. And truly just surrounding yourself with this community and getting the invaluable training that we get in person and just the excitement and the energy and those connections that you make, not just with people on our team, but I've met so many people that I'm not financially connected to that are a part of other teams. And, you know, we hold each other accountable. We cheer each other on social media. We really, really root for one another. And I think that that's really priceless.
I will tell you, I love it. And I want to take this time, I want to insert a couple things here. One is I want to say that in these two teams, number one, it's hard to tell who's a dreamer, whose team win, because the collaboration that you guys do is inspiring to me. How you stand on chairs and applaud each other is awesome. I don't think I've ever seen it in any kind of organization in corporate America, not in any committees I've ever been on, not in any kind of nonprofits I've been involved in. It is special. And as we're doing some things to attract new people, I think the magnetism of this is a special community really has shined through to me, especially in the last few days. What an exciting time to be with this company. So let me I'm going to quick drop in as we're kind of talking. I have a few other people I want to talk to, but I want to drop in here and I want to just say, let's reflect. 1 year ago, almost to the day, we launched a product that changed the trajectory of this company and especially both of our larger organizations. Insanely changed our trajectory. It brought to your businesses people who were never going to coach weight loss, people who were never going to drink shakes, people who didn't want to be part of a health company, but they said, wait a second, the marketplace is doing the work to make collagen the hottest buzzing beauty topic that there is. And here we are with this market disruptive product. Many of you capitalized on it. Kathy Coover, at her direction, took the company and we started going to the left in the perfect timing. Couldn't have been a better perfect storm. 2021 was amazing. Does everybody agree with that? If you agree with that, put a heck yeah in the comments. If you agree, 2021 and the collagen was the right move for Isagenix. Well, here's a little sidebar. A few years ago when I was going to train on stage, on the big stage for the first time, I said to Kathy Coover, get real with me, sister. What skincare do you use? Because I need to clean up the grill. I'm not going to get up on stage looking like a hot mess. Tell me the truth. What can I do? What can I get? What could I do? Okay. And I'm not even joking you that she was like, call me. I'll tell you about something that I have. So she tells me, if you've heard her tell this story, that she's friends with this plastic surgeon. So she tells me about this line. And when I say that it was like, I better not tell my husband that I just bought this product with stem cells because it was break the bank kind of expensive. But Kathy said it was great. I'm going to be on stage. I made an investment, wrote that right off on my taxes. And don't tell any, if there's any accountants on here, don't ever mention that. So this line had 2 growth factors and plant stem cells. Guys, this weekend, we unveiled something that has 5 growth factors, 5. I paid $300 just for the serum. I'm just going to admit that, just for the serum. 5 growth factors, snow algae, and stem cells. To call it skincare is like kind of insulting to it. It's brilliant. It's K-beauty, meaning it was formulated by Korean scientists. It's cutting edge. Nobody has it. Just like we say collagen, no one is caught up to us. There's nothing that can even stand in the same ballroom as collagen. There's nothing that can stand in the same ballroom as this Celatois line. If you've used it, I want you to say used it in the comments. I am obsessed with it. Here's what I want to tell you. The results that people are seeing. If you haven't seen Adrienne McGovern's timeline of what she's seen under eyes, I've seen the same thing. It's incredible. Every post that I ever see people asking for recommendations, there's usually one of 2 things. What mascara do you use? What's the best under eye cream? We've got the best one. Add in the U serum. Add in a cleanser that actually cleans your face and takes off makeup. It's a multi-purpose cleanser. And then cashmere cream. Don't get me started. You slather that all over your body. You will feel like you're made of satin. It's unbelievable. Cashmere and satin had a baby and there you are, there's your body. And so I'm obsessed with this line. People that try it are gonna flip their ever-loving lid. And how beautiful that they can get it with the collagen, and it's money back guarantee. If you're thinking, if you're even questioning get it immediately. if you're even questioning it. Some of you haven't enrolled your spouse or your mom or your best friend. Put that in and grab the 10% off that goes until January 23rd. Be super excited and grab it with your subscription, your $9.95 subscription one-time fee. Grab the Celetois line. That masterpiece collection still comes with the ice globes, right guys? Still comes with it. Comes with the 3 boxes of collagen. It's beautiful. I was talking tonight and I'm just gonna submit this. Listen, this is not expert advice. This is just, we're figuring this out. We wanna systemize this. Our thought as a team right now is that we'll still use a PVC system, right? Both of us have our pages now. They're no longer just Elixir pages. They're VIP communities. They're best you kind of communities, right? So you're gonna still put people in that page. Both teams are doing a great job of adding in this great content. As you're using it, guys, please do great before pictures. Share what's happening with you. Share your immediate reviews. I saw somebody put on there, hey, I've only been using it for 2 days. Here's my immediate thoughts. Love that. How valuable is that to somebody out there assessing, should I buy this? It looks good, but what do real people like me think about this? So that's the first thing. There's a great video. Many people have seen it. It's 4.5 minutes long. Many of you agree with me. We should probably get a little bit shorter one, but until we do, 4.5 minutes, Sarah Richter nails it. She looks unbelievable. She nails why it's so special, the science of it. 4.5 minutes long. Let the person watch 2 minutes. They'll be sold in the first 30 seconds. And then you're sending them a cart. Now, here's a question. I was on a call with Brandy and Jeff Bro call earlier today, and we were just strategizing, like, well, what would you, if you're going to set up a new cart for someone, what would you do? Here's what I would do. I would enroll, like, let's say I would say to somebody, you're married, you got a mom, you got a child. Okay, awesome. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to enroll your person with your name. So let's say I meet Ann White. I say, Ann, do you mind if we do something cool to get you a really great rebate? All right, I'm going to enroll you, Ann, with a beauty bundle of collagen, 4 boxes. I get a $10 PIB on that. It does double. Sweet. Ann's going to get 4 boxes. Ann, I'm going to set you up so that you're going to refer Jim with a masterpiece collection, $35 single PIB. I'm going to say, Ann, your girlfriend Holly, you think she might be interested in this? Cool. Let's get her a beauty bundle, enroll her husband Joel with a masterpiece collection, tell her to grab one more friend. Now, what happened there? We doubled both PIBs, $70. So Ann got $70 for Jim's order. She got $70 for and she got $20 for Holly's order. So she made $190. So she's getting this massive rebate, right? And she's about to get $100 more because Holly's going to grab one more person. Now she's halfway to Crystal Manager and another $350. But here's what happens from a user perspective. Ann's going to double dose collagen, have 10 samples, right? She's going to get 70 doses of type 1 marine collagen. So she's going to be able to, hey, I'm going to my hair salon. I'm going to give my girlfriend that does my hair, I'm going to give her a bottle. I'm going to give the owner a bottle. These guys are going to go bananas for it. I'm going to have 8 more to give out. So that's just one idea. And then we were talking about, because I personally think the double dosing of collagen, people are going to freak, right? And then what do you put in their lifestyle rewards? Well, skincare is going to last you guys. It's going to last a while, right? It's lasted me more than 30 days for sure, because I was in the pre-launch. So what do we do? Getting a beauty bundle, my friend. You're going to get a beauty bundle next month. You're going to want it. You're not going to want to be without the collagen. You're going to probably have skincare left, and then you finagle your own lifestyle rewards. So that's one way to do it. And I want to hear from you guys what you're thinking about setting people up. But I personally like the idea that you just say to someone, I'm going to set you, you okay if I set you up for the best deal? Great. Listen, it doesn't benefit me because I get a very small amount for what I'm going to set you up with, the beauty bundle, $10. I don't care. I'm going to set you up for success though, girl. I want to get you yours for almost free. It's money back guarantee. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but I thought I'd drop that in. I also want to stress to you, we've got free shipping for all new customers now. Does everybody know that? Free shipping.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah.
Jess, sorry. I thought I had my voice for a second. Real quick on the what to put in the auto ship, because a lot of people are asking me, and just take this for food for thought, because I know that sometimes we're like really strong in nutrition and where are we going with the beauty wellness or the beauty wellness and that crossover. But I remember Josh Plant saying that if people are not getting like out of this world results from the collagen right away, that one of the reasons is that they have a protein deficient diet. And the body is like absorbing the collagen as protein, as like a macronutrition, and not as a way to like fill in the gaps of where we're not getting enough collagen or synthesizing enough collagen for specifically our hair, skin, and nails. And so you have to increase the protein. And at that same mastermind, they talked about that the number one seller in the company right now, like the number one product is the collagen. The second highest sale product in retention is the chocolate isoline shake that I have been putting, because people forget about their auto ship and it just comes and they're like, whatever. That when you think about like, what do they want to do of supporting their goals of why they joined? I love that of the, collection to then the beauty bundle. But I've been encouraging people to add in one canister of shakes, with something so they can get it and talk about it and say, hey, by the way, I'm giving you the most nutrient dense protein supplement so that your benefits of the collagen are even more enhanced. And like being able to explain that to them, or two things of shake. They don't have to do a full system, but it's something that they get introduced like just like one a day with. And we've also with certain people been trying to segue with the other collagen products. And so where the collagen elixir is a standalone, when we start seeing the benefits of like the joint health and things, like putting in the repair that people don't talk about, or the bone broth, because they work so synergistically together. So it's just a food for thought. And I think it's a way that like non-invasively we can introduce people with still not adjusting their lifestyle and continue to get like really great physical benefits by adding in some of the nutrition that way.
I love what you're saying, Lauren. And just one thought, there was a time when we used to say, as you're getting someone started, you're getting them a cart, it's like, do you guys ever go into a boutique, like an AH collection, and at the register, there's some really cool rings, or there's a keychain, or there's like an awesome Yeti cup? You ever go and you're like, you know what, close by, let me just add that in. Just put that on there. So
lip gloss. I buy all the lip gloss.
All the lip gloss. So one thought as we're talking about this is just to suggest to the person, hey, are you someone who would love to grab a convenient, perfectly macro balanced? I know you're grabbing the collagen. I'll tell you what, you would be probably obsessed with this chocolate shake. You get free shipping. Do you want me to throw a canister in? It's all money back guarantee. Why don't you put one of those in? Because I think you'd love it. And I'm telling you, it's the added step to a glow up. Throw in a canister of chocolate shake, ask them, would you do it? And people can just say no. But can you imagine what's the BV on an isoline shake? 24, 29, 28, something like that. Imagine if you did that for every customer, right? And you enrolled 2 customers a week. And wow, we just added 200 BV. And now you have somebody that's like, girlfriend, I need to get 4 canisters of chocolate shake because I want to do 2 shakes a day next month. I've been reading about that. And oh my gosh, this is awesome. And so I would just say to you, let's start asking people again. There was a time when, do you guys know how awesome some of our other products are? Like Lauren mentioned, bone broth and repair. Can we just talk about a product that's $12.95 approximately called Sleep Spray? It's a liquid melatonin, lemon verbena. You spray it right in your mouth. And let me tell you, it might be 11 or 12 BV, but my family, we buy them. I buy them for every one of my kids' rooms. For myself and my husband, each have one on our bedside table because I'm not going to share sprays with him. And let me tell you, it's good night, Gracie. Pop out of bed, feel amazing, but it is the best product and we never talk about it. It's $18 now and it's worth every darn cent. I'm buying it all the time. So I just want to encourage you, like, let people know. I tell people about it all the time and they're like, oh my gosh, my son, would this be good for my junior? He's really just been having trouble sleeping and we tried those gummies and they didn't really work. And what do you think? Like, I don't want to give him anything too strong, but I feel terrible. He's sleepless. Try it for $18. Try it and get your money back. But guys, everybody should have it. It's called Sleep Spray. It's a liquid melatonin spray. So I digress, but I want to just also say Celatois opened up a brand new category for you, for people. Like, we have estheticians on this call right now, on this team, who are looking at this going, wow, You usually can't get that outside of a plastic surgeon's office or a really high-end aesthetics office, and definitely not for this accessibility to people from a price standpoint. So we now have this whole new market category for you to offer to people. Cutting edge science. And what does it signal? It signals that Isagenix is ahead of trend, that we're literally cutting edge on the marketplace. And that is the place to be. People feel the energy. I had a call this morning, I don't know, 6:30 a.m. with a guy who is a legend in the industry. And him and his sister were looking at 2 other companies, but someone, Brandy Brokaw, brought him as a guest on Saturday. I don't know how she did it, but she goes, hey, come to this event. And his sister was going to fly to another company today to evaluate that company to possibly join it. I talked to him for a few minutes. He had seen the event. He was so impressed. He literally did a 15-minute call with me and he goes, I called my sister. I said, don't get on the connecting flight. We found our home. Guys, that's the kind of company that you're with right now. People are aborting their investigation of other opportunities because we are the hot commodity right now. And so that's what NYKO said to me. This is the hot, it's where the cool people are. It's where the people that have any sense, that have big vision, but it's most of all, the overwhelming message is people who are next level, servant givers, leaders, people who stand on chairs and clap for strangers. That's the community that you're part of. That's what I got from NYKO. So with that, I know, Anne, you had a story about culture that I would love you to share and just some thoughts on culture.
Love that, Jessica. Yeah, I'd love to share that, but I did write something down after you were talking about the sleep spray, which 100% everybody should have. And I can't remember who spoke about this, but I thought this was genius and I don't do it. And we all should be doing this. We're all talking about collagen, cell-a-toi, which of course is awesome, but there's 70 other products for us to talk about. And so once in a while, share about the greens, share about the collagen bone broth, talk to your guests and your team, your organization about, hey, have you tried? You know, we just talk the same stuff so much. I am just as guilty. So Jessica, you just inspired me again. I need to start doing that more often, do more stories about different products, because maybe that's something that when somebody's seeing it, they don't really want the skincare. Maybe they don't want collagen, but you talk to them about sleep spray, or you're talking about the greens, or, you know, whatever it might be, that might be the catalyst that gets them to reach out to you and say, I'm interested. Anyway, and Ashley, that was so awesome what you shared about events and the culture. 100%, that was another thing I wanted to share. Quick story, was there on Wednesday early in Phoenix. Somebody that I had been prospecting since Top Achievers in Miami, she lives in Phoenix. We hadn't connected. She'd been kind of ghosting, like we all have. I was there on Wednesday. She saw that I had posted something. She said, hey, I see you're here in Phoenix. Can we meet? Now, we had talked prior, and one of the biggest things that she kept saying I'm following you so much about is I love watching what is happening with the company, with the culture, the people. And that's what she said. I'm missing that so much. I've been in Phoenix for a year. I don't really feel like I belong. I need I need friends. I want a culture. So she met me at our hotel in Phoenix on Thursday. She signed up Thursday. I offered her a ticket Friday morning. She came Friday night, or she came Saturday. And you guys, I literally had tears in my eyes after she left, because we sat up in the corridor of the NYKO, and when there was a break, and we were sitting working, doing reach outs, and literally probably half of you on this call right here that were at NYKO would stop and would hug her. I introduced, and you guys would hug her and you give her pieces of advice, like just beautiful things from the heart, not about Isagenix, just about life and the community and the culture and this team. She literally was on fire because of that. So guys, again, events are everything, but this culture, if you're new on this call and you're thinking, hey, do I fit here? Let me just give you one word. Yes. If you like what you're hearing about that, then heck to the yes. So anyway, Jessica, thanks for letting me share that. And this gal is looking for it too, and she's on fire because of all of you guys. So thank you.
I mean, it's a magnetic community, Anne, and you're a huge part of that. And so I'm glad that other people reflected back who you are to so many. So that's awesome. Anne, do you think I should tell people about the little private sneak peek thing that we went to? Dr. Plant, should I hear a little of that?
If everybody can be real. Absolutely, go girl.
Okay, so I'd like never invite you to
Yes.
something that they say
Do you
is
want to
secretive.
stop the recording or do you want to keep it recording?
Let's keep it recording and just trust that this team is good.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you a little hint. I won't go over I think some of the things he talked about were like, don't tell. But sometimes I think Dr. Plant's like, don't tell. And then he's like, just wants you to start hyping it up. So a couple of us were invited to this behind the scenes, like taste testing, a little bit of time with Dr. Plant one-on-one to get a little bit of a roadmap of where we're going. And they had us try a couple things. So I want to just tell you that if you build a business on weight loss and nutrition, like we have initially, I think it's the best system ever because it works so well for energy and lean out and just the finest health of your life. It works great. I think a lot of us would agree that one of the gap areas is that you get a huge box and then you have to explain it to people, right? That's like, oh, this isn't easy. People have to then take it and say, so here's what you should know coming in the future. They're going to simplify it. So it is plug and play. Step 1, 2, 3, anyone can do it. It's so digestible, so easy. How will they do that? Well, it's going to break down into a 7-day refresh box. You're going to get a box, and in that box, it's going to have 14 pre-made, well, eventually, it's going to have 14 packets of shakes, or right, Anne? 14-ish. It's going to have a bunch of shakes, enough for your shake days. It's going to have 8 bottles of pre-mixed cleanse. We tried, there's pre-mixed cleanse coming that's peach mango, pre-mixed in the bottles, glass bottles, really pretty. It's going to have some delicious snacks, and it's going to be so simple. Does everybody get that? It's going to have an adaptogen, cleanse, shakes, and it's going to be in a 7-day box, and people will buy 4 of them who want to do a 30-day. But imagine opening this beautiful box, and it looks so pretty, and it has the instructions right on the lid. You can't mess it up. This is exactly what you do. It's so simplified. No more coaching of people, no more overwhelmed because they got a huge box. You're going to say these 7-day refreshes, and people can plug in and go, I just need a week to get my life back together. But people want to buy them. Does that make sense to everybody? Are you guys excited about that? I'm excited about it. The pre-mixed peach mango cleanse, delicious. A new snack that's coming that's vegan, and it tasted like if like a grandmotherly person, like Betty White comes back to life and hugs you. That's what it tasted like. Delicious. And you're by a warm fire and cozy. It was so good. I might have snuck an extra one in my bag because it was so delicious. Then we also have just a roadmap of products coming. And I know that's some of the stuff that I just want to tell you. Everyone I love has to get a seat in this company right now. Like, I'm calling people who've said no to me a long time, and I'm saying, listen, so much goodness is coming. You need to get a position in my business right now. I just need you to be here because what's coming is so cutting edge. So an elixir that helps your brain, that literally you feel, that you get so focused and you're just like, oh, I am now a whole different person. So nootropic type things are coming. Awesome things, revolutionizing more data. If you're at NYKO and you heard the study data of the weight loss, unbelievable. So I'm getting some people messaging me saying mum's the word, and Joel Kirsch is one of them. And I'll tell you, I'm cracking up that worst secret keeper when it comes to stuff like that. But I just want you to know things are being worked on. And then who was I with? I was with somebody, Summer Meyer, and I were with Gil, who works for Dr. Plant, who's part of the R&D. And he grabbed us and he was like, guys, Tell me what else does the field want? What else should we be working on? Here's 3 other things that are coming down the pike that Dr. Plant didn't mention. And guys, my socks just went straight off. Like, what? We're going to do that and that? Awesome. So collagen was the shift that I believe that took the company in another level. You add on to that cutting edge skincare, and then holy cow, roadmap. This is not a company that's going to be like, oh, we're going to do a different shake flavor and call it new and try to get people pumped up about just like, oh, we came out with, now we have the Tutti Frutti shake. We're not doing that. We're going new market category, market disruptor. We're going to double down on it, and we're going to make this next one as successful as collagen has been. So with that, let me just let Erika Rothenberger come on board, because Erika has some thoughts on how do you grow a freaking disruptive business like she has.
Hey guys, how's everyone? I hope everyone's so fired up, whether you were at the event, you weren't able to go to the event, you wish you were at the event, you've already bought your celebration ticket. We missed you. It was absolutely incredible, but you will be at the next event. This should fire you up even more if you weren't able to make it. But I want to remind you guys one thing, okay? Today's the 10th of January. And I know a lot of people say resolutions. I'm all about opportunity for your next year. What opportunities did you not accomplish in 2020 that you want to accomplish this year? We have a blank page in front of us, and this company is so fired up. And there's this quote that I want to read to you that I saw today, and it just resonated. I knew tonight we were going to be talking about all this stuff, and it says, for what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early, to whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Start whenever you want. You can change or you can stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We make the best of it or the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel the things you've never felt before. I hope you meet the people who have a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start over again. So if last year you weren't happy with your business, this week you weren't happy with your business, every week at Isagenix, guess what? We get to start over again. It's your roadmap. It's what you want to make of it. And I hope that from the speakers you heard there, you just felt that belief. The trials, the tribulations, the struggles. You heard Casey Tom, remember, with her backpack, literally going and filling it up and buying groceries because that's all she could afford. It was what fit in that backpack, right? And seeing people come from nothing to so much. And guess what? It took a lot of grit. It took a lot of hard work. It took a lot of things behind the scene. 4 years ago, I came to my first NYKO. I was 2 months into the business, and Jessica Rigner said the same thing that she said to Ashley. She said, you need to be there. I'm like, oh, right after like the holidays, there's no way I can go there. Like, what is this all about? I don't even know if this is like, you know, and she goes, just show up, just show up. And guess what? That event changed my business trajectory tenfold. I remember within minutes of getting there, I'm meeting Cindy Hedges and Janny Illo and seeing faces of like all these celebrities. I remember meeting Laura in there and being like, oh my goodness, like she's the nicest celebrity, and being like, I felt so lucky to be there. And because of the culture, because of the people that were there. So just like Ashley said, defend your time. If you didn't make it, defend your time and make that time to get there for celebration. But what I want to talk about tonight, what I want to remind you all of tonight is that do not overcomplicate this business. So many people get twisted and turned because they try to change the systems. They try to do it their own way. They try to make their own website. They try to do, guys, we have a repeatable, duplicatable processes and systems. And this company has been working for 2 years with vision, with purpose, with knowing what our missions are. And the reason they were saying the next 3 years are going to be so explosive is because we prepped that for the last 2 or 3 years. The company has gotten so strategic on that. And you should be so proud of that. Someone that's in corporate America, to see that sort of vision and where Isagenix is thinking, and that they're being laser focused. And like Jessica said, it's not tutti frutti one day and the next day it's mocha and the next day it's this. It's vision, it's alignment. And with that vision and that alignment, they are setting you on that road for success. But just like they've set the road for success for product and innovation and marketing and websites, they've also set it for us as builders. So just imagine this before I go into the actual systems. You go to the grocery store. When you go to the grocery store and you have 12 things on your list you have to get, versus going to the grocery store when you're hungry and you don't have a list? Which one takes longer? I would beg to differ. It probably takes you 3 times as long because you're looking at every cheese sample and what new cookies do they have when you don't have that list there. Because when you have the system and you have the roadmap and you have the tools that the company is giving you, you can do this business in 1/3 of the time, in my opinion, and you're going to get 100% better results. So if right now you don't like what your results are, ask yourself, am I using the systems that work, that leaders are using? Am I plugging into the resources? Am I spending my time where I should be spending it? Or am I scrolling the internet? We were talking this weekend, and I think someone said, one of the things I want to stop doing is scrolling, right? Do the hard things first, right? When you get up in the morning, I sent mine this morning. I mean, anyone that's on my team thread, and I showed them like, listen, I do the hard things first. I do my IPAs first thing in the morning. Why do I do that? Because guess what? When I get off this call at 10 o'clock at night, as much as you guys don't think this, I get tired, right? Like, I don't want to, like, the energy is not, my energy is not going to be the same as it is at 6 o'clock in the morning or even earlier. So do it when it works for you, but defend that time, make that time, use the systems. Our systems work. Duplication is everything. People want certainty. People want directions. Think about it. You're driving, you're lost, right? And someone says, well, if you go around this curve and you look for this white house and I think it has a yellow car in the driveway. But if someone says, hey, take 2 rights, 1 left at the red mailbox, turn in that lot. We like certainty. We like direction. We want people that can give us direction and show us the way to go. You want to be that leader for your team. You don't want to be wishy-washy. You want to give people certainty, direction, duplication, and be able to run this business literally in the spare pockets of their day. We say it, but if you can't do it, then it's not duplicatable. This team has created such beautiful systems in our team pages, in our manuals, in our websites. Follow them. Don't deviate from them. So keep it super simple. Use, if there's any 2 tools that I will tell you should walk out of, hopefully, like Rokson said, the action plan that they gave us. I've been going to this for 4 years. Guess how many of these pages have actually changed? I would beg to differ, none. Why? Because these systems work. Why do they keep showing up? They don't just keep showing up to show up. They show up because they're the systems that are in place that work, that the leaders are having success with. Why is leader in action in there every single time? Because what you measure grows. What you don't measure goes to the wayside. So if you're not doing this, ask yourself, really soul search a little bit tonight. Ask yourself, am I not showing up for myself? If you're not showing up and doing your Crystal Executive Roadmap, you're not showing up for your business. Just like Ashley said, in corporate America, that's like me not putting my weekly report into my boss every week. Guess what? I wouldn't have a job. Isagenix lets you keep showing up, but if you really want your business to grow, you gotta measure this. I know it's scary. And to thank Jackie Kirby, I remember the first time she told me she was doing this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to look up to PET and how do I figure out all these points? Guess what? As soon as I started doing it, just like when I didn't know what the heck I was doing with Reels, I still really don't know what I'm doing with Reels. I realized that this weekend when I met some new people, but guess what? I just do it. I show up anyways. Just show up and start doing it. Mess up, put a 0 where there's supposed to be a 1, put a 1 where there's supposed to be a 7. You'll figure it out and your upline will help you. But you know what? If you're not showing up and you're not doing it, why are they supposed to invest in you? So show up with your leader in action in your Crystal Executive Roadmap. 2 tools that led me to success in this business, that have led other leaders to success. If you use leader in action consistently, weekly, can you put an L in the comments? Like, be honest with yourself. Who consistently is using it? Guys, there's not as many ones as there was before. And I'm not trying to call anyone out here, but this is like a self-reflection of saying, hey, listen, if there's one thing you want to change, start doing that. Start making that a priority to you. So guys, just a couple of things here that I actually, sorry, that I asked some people that were there this weekend, and these were some of the thoughts that came out of it. Mia, Jen, Tina, a couple of people said, the time is now, perfect product, perfect time, perfect you, right? A choice, you have the choice to meet your future self you desire, or you will accept the reality of who you are and where you are now. Why not you? Why not now? You're one person away from changing your life. Be ignorance on fire. It's better than knowledge on ice. Even if it's super messy, the ice is melting, it's dirty, it doesn't matter. Be that fire. Imperfect is attractive. It's not the most glossy reels, it's the silly stuff, it's the real dirty, just you. That's what people want. So show up that way. There was three people this weekend. I'm just going to bring up 3 different examples. One, a lady that I met at the airport, got on a call with her today, right? She was so excited about the opportunity and what we're doing, this and the other. We had a casual conversation. But guess what? I felt so excited coming to this event. My energy was exploding. She could feel that energy, right? And when I was at the event, guess what? I was sending her a note here or a picture here, telling her, hey, listen, this is what this is all about. We met a woman at the instructor at Orange Theory. We went there on 8:30 Friday morning. Guess what that instructor did? She showed up at the event. She not only showed up at the event, she came to the hotel with us after the event and had cocktails with us. She was having so much fun with us. They were showing us how to use reels. She brought her best friend. And guess what? They came to our team party. Lauren and Jessica, I don't know if they paid, but they came to our team party, right? 2 brand new prospects. I don't know what they're going to do with the business, but guess what? We dared to share it. We invited them just to show up. And whether you were at the event or not, ask people just to show up in your business. Last one, the waitress that served us. Anne was there, and we were at Blanco. And I asked the waitress at the end, I'm like, listen, I just started chit-chatting with her, and she told me she does exercise, she's in school for exercise physiology. I said, oh my goodness, you'd never believe what we're doing here. Guess who I have a call with tomorrow? Miranda from the restaurant. But if I never said anything, those opportunities would have never been there. But now, if they're interested, I'm going to show them the duplicatable systems. So,
hey, Erika, I'd love to share a story real quick. It's kind of piggybacking off what you just said. And honestly, I didn't even think of this, but I think it's the perfect way to probably end this call. And I think it just really goes to show not only our culture, but the importance of being in person at events. So the Orange Theory instructor that Erika just mentioned, her and her best friend came to our team party on Saturday night. And long story short, her best friend asked me, she was like, oh my gosh, I love your dress. Where did you get your dress? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'll send you the link. Are you on social media? So she's like, I'm on Instagram. We connected on Instagram. Later that night, I sent her the link to the dress. She wrote me back the next day and was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I wrote down what she said as you were talking. She was like, thank you for being so welcoming. I'm not financially connected to Erika at all. I have no ulterior agenda at all for connecting with this girl, but people are so fascinating. Like, now I have a new connection, whether she joins Isagenix or not. I don't know, maybe she's on this call, but she was a really, really awesome girl. And I'm so happy to be connected to her now. And honestly, I didn't even tell Erika that, but that's truly the type of culture and team that we have, is that we are so welcoming of anybody and everybody. And I think, people feel that, people can see that. And in today's world, you really don't find that a lot at all. It's, competition, and it's especially in any type of business or corporate or any job that you're in, people are just competing to get to that next level. And the welcoming community that we have, and we truly want to see everyone succeed. I want those 2 best friends to join Erika's team. I want them to be a part of Team Win. They were awesome. I would love for them to be at our next event and a part of this culture. So, with that said, celebration is August 10th to the 13th. We have 7 months to make it happen. There's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't all be at celebration. Whatever we need to get, childcare, requests off work, make it happen. There's things that happen in person at events that you're just never ever going to experience watching virtually. I mean, it's great if you couldn't be there NYKO. I understand virtual was the next best option, but truly just do your best to be there in person.
And Ashley, I'll end it with this too, is just, you know, one of the things too, I know, like, just the things that happen behind the scenes within our own team, like to the point that I know Denise Wiggins and I were saying that our abs were hurting because we were laughing so much, just having fun with each other, right? Just getting to know our team better too. So anyways, that's all I had, Jess.
All right, well, I love it, guys. Amazing. Great recap. Exciting things ahead. New customers till January 23rd. Grab the 10% off. Always free shipping. The share bonus. If you sign up 2 people, you get an extra bonus from the company. Sign up 5 people, get even more money from the company. That goes on to the 23rd too. Have an amazing night, everybody. Thanks for